Good morning, all. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update for this Tuesday, the 16th of May, 2023, time 8:25 a.m. Central Time. So as you can see, we've got a sea of red in all the stock indices today. Gold, this is a bounce off a low of $2,005. So that's an $8 bounce. You were down $17 there. Silver market got under $24. Not a surprise to me. I've been talking about that in my newsletter. Look at how copper got hit. And that's because Chinese data is terrible. Their economic recovery at the very best is feeble. Half of what people thought it might be. In the grain markets, you go up one day, down the next. This is so typical of early in the planting season. You're not having much impact at all on the fact that the Biden administration has put out tenders for 3 million barrels of oil. Whether they'll accept them, at what price they'll accept them, we don't know. We know that they want to take them for an August 31st delivery in Texas. As we take a look, the dollar has come back off the lows, but nothing dramatic here. So why? Well, here's what's going on today. We have President Biden and the House Speaker McCarthy, along with, of course, the other leaders of Congress and their staff, all going to meet at the White House today at 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And the question is, what's going to happen? Now, that's going to be the key. What is going to happen? In my newsletter last night, in great detail, that's why it said more on this below, I covered what went on. I gave all the scenarios that I'm seeing, everything from nothing to some form of a deal. The president's trying to leave town to go to a G7 meeting. How does that look? No deal, and he gets on a plane and he's gone for 8 days. You think that's right? I don't think that's right. So can they reach an extension? And in that way, everybody gets more time and fund the government while the extension is going on. If they won't fund it, there's no point in an extension. You don't want to go into default. And understand, we have never been in default. We have seen the government shut down. We didn't fund it. We didn't do things internally. As for a default, no, that has not happened. This would be a catastrophe, very likely the end of President Biden. I don't expect it to happen, all right? I expect they will find at some point a way to avoid it. In the advanced retail sales headline, they were looking for the market up 0.8. They got up 0.4, only half of what they thought. I don't know if you saw the Home Depot, their forward guidance and their earnings. Everything's lower. They were down 5% pre-market. They're down about 3% as I'm talking to you. But as they go, then what's left? Well, then you got the other world of airlines. They are on fire, and yet the consumer's pulling back on other parts. Did you see the consumer debt last night? If you get my full research, I'm leaning you into that. I covered that last night, showing how the consumer quickly getting tapped out and falling behind on all kinds of interest payments, all types, not related to cars or just mortgages. Redbook Group, they came out at 755. Sales were up 1.5 to 1.6%. That's where they've been running. National Association of Home Builders, their monthly housing index comes out this morning. That's not sales, that's the index. They're looking for it about unchanged with the prior month. Business inventories will come out at 9 o'clock as well. And as I said, China, a big slowdown. They were looking for 11% growth. They got less than half of that. And that's what's hurting the markets now. They are reeling from lack of foreign demand, lack of internal demand. We will see if they're going to have to start dropping interest rates to go. I covered in this morning's update, by the way, I've already written a good part of it, how the yuan is being accepted worldwide. And since the first 90 days of the year, the use of the yuan in the swaps market has gone up $20 billion. It's a big jump. It's a big jump. So as much as we hear that there'll never be a reserve currency and the like, due to the Ukraine war, due to the Russian sanctions, due to China going into South America and Africa and loaning money that will probably never be repaid, but having to be repaid in yuan, there's more and more usage for this. And of course, the black market is always full of how yuan